Most of us have had a best friend for years, but now some schools in Britain are banning kids from having a BFF.
They say they want to spare the children the pain of losing someone they love. But the question is, have they gone too far? Joining us now are psychiatrist Dr. Janet Taylor and Lee Woodruff, CBS This Morning contributor and the mother of 2 girls. Good morning to both of you. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
So, Dr. Taylor, when I hear this, I think, but isn't developmentally it an important thing for children to learn how to make friends and also go through those problems in a relationship where you're no longer friends?
Well, it's crucial. I mean, if you think about education, it's not just about the learning, but also the social learning. So the process of having a best friend, making up with that best friend, learning what keeps you a friend is so important.
So, Lee, as a mother, your daughters are turning 12 next week.
Yes.
Your twin daughters.
Yes.
Do you think this is a wise choice, and is it teaching the kids what I guess it's intended to teach them?
Boy, I think this is disastrous. I think this is, again, people mandating how human nature acts. And we tend to operate in cliques. We tend to form our own communities, and we need to learn to make our own mistakes. How are we ever going to send our children out into the world if we're telling them what they can and can't do in terms of behavior?
Well, and the intention is to have the kids not have their feelings hurt, but being able to express yourself emotionally and feel not only what you feel, but be able to look at someone and understand what they feel is crucial in terms of preventing things like bullying and people getting their feelings hurt.
And this is not drawing the distinction between bullying and what somebody needs, the tools they need to go out in the world. We're all going to get hurt. We're all going to be shunned when we grow up. Life is hard, right? And you're on your own. You're trying to manage. If mommy has Black Hawk helicoptered her child's, parenting and relationships through life, how are they possibly going to live in the broader world?
It sounds like George Orwell, this kind of control over how people are acting. I mean, isn't it just wrong on a fundamental level of telling people who they can make friends with and how good their friendships can be?
I think, again, you understand the intention, and certainly, as a teacher in a school, I'm sure they see a lot of kids that have hurt feelings. But the bottom line is research shows that from an outcome standpoint, when people have a best friend, they have better medical outcomes. So you need a best friend in life. You need social support. You need that connection throughout your life.
But even if you don't, I mean, it shouldn't be your choice. I mean, I know people who, they dabble and they have a lot of good friends or a group of friends, but they never really had one best friend.
Right.
Especially
and that
guys.
Happens. My older daughter, who's 18, she had a group
Shouldn't
of
they
8.
figure it out for themselves?
I think so.
Yeah, well, it is. It's not about being authoritarian, but teaching the skills that you need, listening, feeling, being able to express how you feel emotionally.
And confiding in someone, trusting in someone. A best friend is about trust, and sometimes that trust is broken, but that's a wonderful other valuable lesson about life.
Dr. Taylor, it seems like a lot of these things are coming up because just bullying in general has come up. It's become a major part of our public discourse, not only here, but now you're seeing it in the UK as well. As a doctor, are there other ways that you would recommend going at that issue as opposed to trying to just say no more best friends?
Well, yeah, there's no correlation between bullying and being a best friend, but bullying, people who have been bullied, been subject to violence, been treated inappropriately, negatively, are the ones who are most likely to bully. And one thing that we can do to help with bullying is to teach people how to be empathic, which means you not only know what you feel, but you're capable of looking at someone else and understanding how they feel. And that makes it more likely that instead of saying something negative, you might say, how are you feeling about that? Or I'm sorry is key.
And Lee, it seems like a lot of this comes back to the parents too. I mean, what you tell your children, how you live in the home is going to shape their development outside of the home.
Absolutely. And what Dr. Taylor said too about parenting. I mean, so much of it is about them watching you. So they see mom has friends, they see mom gets release and enjoyment from having friends and best friends. And my kids will ask me, Mom, who's your best friend? Who are you closest to? They want to see those role models.
Is it different for girls and boys, this whole best friend thing?
Well, boys need best friends too. I mean, it's about connection. And, after all, we're human, we're animals, and the attachment is key. I mean, a girl can have a best friend that's a boy can have a best friend that's a girl. It's really about that capacity to maintain a close relationship.
Dr. Janet Taylor and Lee Woodruff, thanks so much to both of you.